Hey folks, welcome to DD Audio Tech Talks. I'm Jake, and today we're going to talk about the various suspension options available on American-made DD Audio subwoofers. Stay tuned. At the core of any subwoofer lies the spider, or spiders in some cases. The spider, or spiders, make up the main component of a subwoofer's suspension system. Here at DD Audio, we offer 3 different suspension configurations. Number 1, high def, or soft suspension. Super soft. Number 2, power tune, or standard suspension. And number 3, extra stiff, or extreme SPL competition-only suspension. So, what is high def suspension? High def, or soft suspension, allows for the perfect balance of control and efficiency, and are designed for systems where fidelity is the main focus. Soft suspension subwoofers are best suited for compact ported enclosures and sealed enclosures. With their higher Q values and lower FS values, our high-def line certainly looks better on paper and have a strong appeal to those concerned with TS parameters. Shout out to my homies Neville Teal and Richard Small. Being of higher compliance, it's important to note that the RMS wattage and the peak power wattage will be closer to each other on these subs. This is because these woofers require much less power to reach Xmax and even XMEC. It's pretty soft. Moving on, power tune suspension. It's a little stiffer. Anyone who has used a DD subwoofer is probably familiar with our power tune suspension, or standard suspension, as this level of compliance has been a hallmark of the DD subwoofer since the 90s. The low compliance of the power tune spiders allow the sub to maintain a great deal of control in the large ported enclosures these subs are intended to operate in. Having a lower compliance driver means the driver relies less on the air spring effect of the enclosure to maintain control, in turn allowing the use of a larger enclosure that produces more bass. When your average listener is looking to get some bump in the trunk, not only do they want it to sound good, but they certainly want it to be loud, and that's where power tune suspension comes in. Next up is extra stiff suspension. This thing might be able to kill a small animal. Extra stiff suspension is designed pretty much exclusively for high-level car audio competitors. This suspension configuration is simply a means to allow the competitor to push more power into the subwoofer without the sub reaching its mechanical limits. In this application, the suspension is so stiff that the sub has trouble cooling itself, even at normal RMS operating wattage. Because of this, RMS power is basically tossed aside, and peak power, or the subwoofer's mechanical limits, is basically all that matters. This is where you'll see subwoofers receiving tens of thousands of watts for short 3 to 5 second periods. This is what we call a burp. Not that kind of burp. This suspension is only necessary for extreme SPL competitors and should not be used in casual audio systems or daily drivers. In summary, different suspension configurations are meant for different system applications. Softer suspension is geared towards those looking for high fidelity and accurate sound reproduction out of a smaller enclosure. Genres like jazz, hardcore and heavy metal, classical, salsa, reggaeton, mariachi, bossa nova, anyone. Standard suspension is for those that want to get pretty loud but maintain audio quality out of a larger ported enclosure. You'll want these bad boys for genres like dubstep, hip-hop, trap music, rap, just listening to long bass drops, 90s alternative rock, butt rock. Extra stiff suspension is for those that might be a bit mentally unstable, people that want to push well past the threshold of pain, and basically just make their cars possibly about as loud as a space rocket launching off. Before ordering a new American-made DD Audio subwoofer, take the time to get in touch with your local authorized DD dealer, or feel free to give our customer service department a call. We want to make sure you're getting the right suspension for the sub that's going in your system. Even though the extra stiff competition suspension might sound like the super badass tough guy option, trust me, 99% of consumers do not need this option. They would actually probably be unsatisfied with its performance. In case you were wondering, the high-def suspension configuration is available on our 1000, 2000, and 3000 series of subwoofers. Our power tune suspension configuration is available on our 1500, 2500, 3500, 9500, 9900, and Z series of woofers. Hopefully this video has helped you to understand the different suspension configurations we offer and the purposes they're intended to serve. If you like these videos, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Share it with your friends. Maybe click that little notification bell next to it as well. It'll tell you whenever we upload a new video. As always, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time right here on DD Audio Tech Talks.